Yeah. Yes. Yeah, good evening all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 20 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Fine, thank you. So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics. So if you've got any general queries, right, I'll be giving time for you at the end of the session, right? And at the end of the session, just I'll be briefing you about this course, what is the course content and the training levels, right? So why Python? So Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Yes. And who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites for learning Python? There are no prerequisites for learning Python. Anyone can update with Python. The Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programming languages. And even coding wise, if you check, if you compare lengthwise, complexity wise, coding wise, if you check the Python statements, not even one fourth as compared with other programming languages. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming languages and show you, right, how simple the Python statements and how it was built. How it was built, right? By taking the features and advantages from different other programming. So Python has got the features and advantages of various other programming languages. That's the reason we call Python as a hybrid language because of multi-programming features. And before you update with any technology, right, you need to know what kind of applications are getting developed, right? Python real-time applications. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? And who are using Python today? Which companies are using Python? And top most applications built using Python. And Python features as compared with other programming languages and Python comparison with other programming, right? Coding wise, length wise, you can check how simple the Python statements. And the reasons why all of a sudden, right, Python has got a great boom. Why Python is suddenly super popular and the current job market of Python and scope of Python in the coming years, right? This is what I'll be discussing, right? Yes. Starting with why Python, right? Starting with why Python, right? I define Python in 5 lines, right? It's a general purpose programming. It is a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications we can develop using Python.
Python.
Means like web applications, automation applications, gaming applications, networking applications, graphic applications, scientific applications, data science applications, big data applications, desktop applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications can be developed. It's not for a particular purpose, right? Yes. See, before Python, there were some programming languages. Before Python, there were some programming languages, right? If you heard about the programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? These languages are purpose-based languages. These are used for a particular purpose, not for all the purposes. See, the Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, COBOL for business applications, right? But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming. So a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming. So Python is such a kind where we can develop any kind of application. It is not for a particular purpose. This for general purpose, right? Multi-programming features we see in Python, right? Multi-programming features. What all the features we see in Python? Okay. Multi-programming features means like it has taken one feature from one programming, other feature from from multiple programming languages. It has taken the features, right? So okay. That's why we call it as hybrid language. So later I'll brief you much about this multi-programming, what all the one by one features of Python, right? High level language. Python is a high level language. I can say there are two types of languages. Two types of languages, right? Low level language, right? Low level language and high level language. Secondly, what's a high level language? Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages like assembly level language or machine level language. Assembly level or machine level, these are not understandable, human understandable. Assembly level or machine level languages, they are first not human understandable. They are not human understandable. Secondly, they are not portable, right? Secondly, they are not portable. The program code can't be carried, right? And thirdly, they cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. They are machine dependent. They're machine dependent. But high level languages like Python, high level languages like Python, right? Yes. They're human understandable, they are portable and machine independent. They are human understandables means look like normal English statements, right? Portable, right? Machine independent. Can run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. Yes. And Python is a interpreted language, right? Yes, line by line execution, which makes debugging easy. For example, there are two types. Here also we can see two types of languages, right? Yes. Compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation and interpretation. Compilation example like C language. Interpretation example like Python. So if you talk, right, if I've got some lines of code, if I've got some lines of code in this compilation languages, it entire code executes at once and if there are any errors, it displays the errors. But in interpretation, not entire code won't. Please be in mute. I'm getting sounds. Right. So here, line by line execution, first line, second line, line by line. It won't execute the entire code at once. Line by line executions, right? Yes. Which makes debugging easy. If you got error in this line, it won't execute the remaining lines. Okay, fine. So Python is a interpretation language. It's not compilation. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming, right? Which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements, right? Yeah. So it's a general Python is a general purpose. Any kind of applications can be developed. Multi-programming features. All the programming features it has got, right? high level language, interpreted language, user friendly or user friendly programming or programmer friendly programming, right? Yes. Now check this. Okay, what are the features Python has got? Multi-programming features, right? What are the multi-programming features Python has got? So one by one, right? So Python has got, right? Yes. First thing, procedural oriented programming features. Procedural oriented, procedural oriented programming. Example like C language. It has got object-oriented programming features. Python has got object-oriented programming features. Object-oriented programming example like C++, Java, C++ and Java, right? And it has got, Python has got, right? Scripting features. Python has got scripting features like Linux shell script. Scripting features like Linux shell script, right? Like shell script. It has got a modular programming features. It has got a modular programming features, right? Example like modular 3. Example like modular 3. Procedural-oriented programming like C language, object-oriented programming like C++, Java, scripting features like shell script, modular programming like modular 3. Just like C language, we can develop applications like C++, Java, like shell script, we can write many scripts and modular 3, right? So because of this multiple programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. So just two major programming languages which are used in the industry for enterprise applications creations, Python and Java. The Java developers or programmers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming, but but with Python, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with the procedural oriented, with modular programming, we can develop different varieties of applications. But in the case of Java, without object oriented programming, you cannot write a Java program or application. Compulsory class and object required. Okay. Scripting, we write many, so most of this like IoT, robotics, AWS, DevOps, right? We write many automation scripts using Python, right? Well, Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries, right? Yes. And modular programming, because of this modular programming, Python has got a great boom today, right? Yes. Nearly 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing, right? 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different environments, right? For different environments, right? Yes. So whatever domain or whatever environment you are from, whatever domain or whatever environment you are from, right? So Python has got a module for each and every environment. Discussing more on these modules, right? So we have got separate modules for every environment. For example, for data science, right? We have got separate modules Python is providing. For data science environment, it is providing separate modules, nearly 10 to 15 modules it is providing, right? Like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn, right? Even another major area like for big data also, right? For big data environment also, like it's providing models like PySpark. And apart from this, even for testing or for test cases, even for testing environment, providing separate modules, right? Apart from this, even for networking environment, Python providing separate modules. Apart from modules, a separate framework it is providing like twisted Python, right? And apart from this, for operating system kinds of activities, OS activities, right? The name of the model itself is OS, operating system, right? And apart from each and every database, Python is providing a module for Oracle database. Oh, for Oracle, right? It is providing CX underscore Oracle. This is the name of the module using which we can easily connect with Oracle database. Not like other programming languages, it's not too complex to connect with the database. Just 1 minute of discussion is enough, right? Like just this module and the connecting details, it's enough, right? Yes. Okay, apart from this, right? For not only Oracle, for MySQL, right? For MySQL, we have got PyMySQL, right? We have got a PyMySQL. Apart from this, for SQL server, for every database, right? That's got a module using which we can connect with it with the connecting details, right? PyODBC is the module for this. And apart from this, I want to create an Excel workbook by writing Python code only, right? If you execute the Python code, Excel workbook will be created. By writing Python code only, I can create sheets within the Excel file. By writing Python code, I can read data from an Excel. I can write data to an Excel, right? Not only this, any types of files like comma, separated values, JavaScript object notation, JSON, XML files, JSON files, CSV files. We can write a Python code for creating PDF files. Okay. For PDF files, see Excel files, CSV, JSON, XML, PDF, any types of file format, right? By writing Python code only, I can create a PDF. I can write data into PDF. I can read data from PDF. For mathematical operations, math model is there. For statistical operations, right? Any types of graphs you can generate by writing Python code, right? Normal graphs, bar graphs, histograms, scatter plots, stack plots, right? Any types of graphs can be generated, right? So these are some of those examples. In this way, thousands of modules Python is inbuilt modules, thousands of inbuilt modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing, right? So, so just I'll give an where exactly this Python is used today means Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python real-time applications. So it's mostly used today in creation of web applications. Immediately you may ask from last 20, 25 years, Java, .NET, all these are mostly used in creation of web applications. Why again Python, right? Python, right? Today Python has got frameworks like Django framework. At a rapid speed, you can develop a web application. So Python has got its own database like SQLite 3, right? It has got its own application server, right? It has got its own, so everything it is going to take care of everything, right? Many flexible features provided by the Django framework. All the Python files required for your project, it is going to get created automatically, right? Yes. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so in this way, right, today Django framework is mostly used in creation of web applications with very less coding, not even 1/4 coding as compared to the other programming languages. simple coding with less coding at a rapid speed. Web applications are getting developed using Python. That's the reason Python is chosen today for developing web applications. Many frameworks Python is providing, right? Django is the most famous framework among all this. Then we have got Flask framework, Pyramid framework, TurboGear, right? And today Python mostly used in creation of automation applications, right? Lot of automation applications we are developing today by using Python, using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using technologies like DevOps, right? We are creating many automation applications, right? So especially we talk about this IoT, Internet of Things, right? So it is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics, right? For collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? Yes. So in a simple way, I can say electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other. So 90% of the coding is done in Python. Apart from this, for data science, right? Yes. For data or data science, right? So here everything, this data has got experience, data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clustering, data recommendations, right? The main technique what we see here, right? ML, machine learning, right? So machine learning, we have got many ML techniques available, like regression, classification, clustering, recommendations, pattern matching, right? For all these techniques or algorithms to implement, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming for implementing all these ML and DL, right? Machine learning and deep learning algorithms, right? Yes. And even in the DevOps environment, right? Python is one of the best scripting language, writing many automation scripts, right? With vast varieties of libraries. Apart from this, one more major area where Python is mostly chosen, right? Mostly used, right? Big data environment, right? Big data, right? So in big data, today if you see data is getting
Hello.
data storage units, right? Yes. Data storage units, right? Like KBs of data, MBs of data. Yes, anyone got any query? Okay. KBs of data, MBs of data. You should have seen GBs of data, right? Terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, etabytes, sotabytes, right? So you should have seen KBs, MBs, GBs, or TBs also. But today data is generating in petabytes, right? Petabytes of data generation. Example like social media like Facebook. What is the data generated by Facebook in a minute? Each and every post and video has to be stored, right? Yes. Not only Facebook, many applications like Google, Twitter, YouTube videos download, right? So they're generating huge data, right? Yes. So for this huge data storage and processing, right, we have got some big data tools like Hadoop, PySpark, right? So we have got like Hadoop and PySpark. So Spark, we say, right? Hadoop and Spark. Spark, especially Spark is a very high speed processing technology, right? Can process huge data in quick time. It using a language like Python, right? Spark with Python implementation, right? For like PySpark. Apart from this, the way major other areas, right, where Python is used. For scientific applications, right? Yes. For scientific applications, right? Python is used for scientific applications. For scientific applications, we have got CP, right? And for numerical analysis, right? For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy. We have got NumPy, numerical Python. For scientific applications, we have got CP. For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy, right? And apart from this, for graphical user interface or for animations, right? Animations, Python is providing many modules for this animations and for graphical applications. Like TK Inter is the one. As part of this course, I'll also be discussing about this TK Inter NumPy. So even PyQt is one, PyQt, right? Yes. Apart from this, for gaming or for game development, right? For game development, lot of games are getting developed using Python today, right? Like single user, multi-user online games, like especially for developing games, right? There is a separate framework Python is providing, like Pygame is one, PyCara is the other, right? Pygame, PyCara. And for 3D games, for 3D rendering libraries, we have got PySoy, right? Yes, PySoy. Apart from this, Python is used for scheduling tasks, scheduling, right? Yes, for scheduling, we have got Python is providing Airflow. And for testing or for test cases, even for software development, right? Python is used, even like software developers make use of Python as a support language. For business applications, right? Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce websites. And one of the hottest application of Python, like database applications. Without database, there is no web application, right? Python can connect with any database like Oracle, MySQL, DB2, Postgres, right? And apart from this, for networking applications, right? Yes. For networking applications, right? Python has got many modules and especially a framework given by Python. A framework given by Python, right? Twisted Python, right? Yes. And apart from that, right? Right? Scrapping data from different websites. Scrapping data from different websites. We have got some modules like URL module, BS4, Beautiful Soup, right? We have got some modules for this Python is providing. And even for CAD, not only for computer applications, for electronics and for civil applications also, right? 3D CAD applications. And for embedded systems, the most famous embedded systems like Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation, right? And even for audio and video applications, right? Audio and video applications. Some are already some applications like a Team Player, C Player, some applications which already got developed, right? Yes. So in as part of this course, right, people who go for Python full stack, like Python framework like Django, right? In that I'll be showing you some audio video applications creations, right? And apart from this, for computer vision, right? For face detection, color detection, object detection, right? Many projects we are doing in this Python. And even for data analysis, Python is preferred. And robotics with Python, right? If you have got knowledge of robotics with Python, like we have got some bigger, huge packages. And for desktop applications, right? Single user console applications. So in this way, Python is used widely, right? It's not for a particular purpose. Wide, it's a general purpose programming, any kind of applications we can develop. Mostly used in creation of automation applications, web applications, gaming applications. Okay, fine. Apart from this, right? Yes. Now just check this. Who are using Python today? Who are using Python today, right? Yes. Who are using Python today? And topmost applications built using Python. Topmost applications built using Python, right? Yeah, we can create many chatbots using Python, right? Yes. Mrudal Shukla. So yes, topmost applications built using Python. Google is one of the best example of Python web application, right? Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was too difficult. It was rewritten in Python. And Yahoo using Python, right? Yes. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Uber pricing algorithm is implemented using Python and ML. Instagram, right? Instagram is built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram to choose Python is Python practicality and its hybrid features. Even today, NASA is using Python for its research and development activities because of Python multi-programming features. And some other applications, Quora, they're built using Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Dropbox, Netflix. Netflix using Python for its security, automation, and subscription related things, right? And MMOG, massively multiplayer online games, right? And Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script, and iRobot for military and commercial operations, BitTorrent using Python, right, for file sharing service, and companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they are using Python for hardware testing purpose, right? Yes, hardware testing purpose. These are some of those examples, right? Like applications built using Python. Yes, companies using Python, right? Now, from the discussions what we had till now, right? Yes, reasons which makes reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. First thing is very less code you see in Python. Most of the programmers or developers are migrating towards Python, are attracted towards Python because of its very less code. And secondly, is like simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements, right? As I said. And the other thing, right? We can easily interact with Python, interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, not like other programming. No other programming can interact statement by statement. Python can interact. It for every statement, it gives response. Just for example, at the bottom search panel, I am typing CMD and press enter, right? Go to this command prompt, type Python here. If Python is already installed in my system. So whenever I type Python, you can see the Python version. And can you see these three arrowed symbols getting opened? Here I can type any valid Python statements and I can interact statement by statement. I'm asking Python, what is 4 plus 3? What is 23 into 44? X is 10. No need to define the data types also. Directly we can say X as 10, Y as 4. What is X? It gives the response. What is Y? It gives response. What is X plus Y? X minus Y. Simple programming, right? X into Y, X by Y. No need to write some complex statements here. X into 2, 10 into 2, X to the power of 2, 10 square, 100, X equal to a string like hello. If you want X into 3, prints it for 3 times, X into 5, prints it for 5 times, right? If you say quit, you will come out of this, right? Yes. So in this way, statement by statement interaction can be done here, right? Even if it doesn't know about any Python functionalities, we can type and check what response it is going to provide, right? So for the beginners and the learners, this interactive mode works better. Even Python supports batch mode also, where you can create a .py file like other programming, and you can execute it, right? Yes. It has got a multi-programming features. It has got a multi-programming features, right? Yes. And wide varieties of applications. Just now I discussed, right? Wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. Just now I discussed, right? Many applications and many built-in libraries, 89,300, right? 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different domains, right? Yes. So these are the reasons which makes Python super popular, right? So just I'll show you, right? I'll just open Google and show you, right? The most popular programming language today, the mostly used programming language today, the number one ranked programming language today, right? With diversified. So Python is the number one language, programming language with diversified number of applications, creations, right? Popular coding language, I'm saying, right? Popular coding language I'm typing here, right? Can check it, JavaScript and Python. This both for the Python full stack, Python framework and JavaScript also I'm going to discuss, right? As part of our course, people who prefer Python full stack, apart from Python frameworks, I'm going to discuss Python and are the two most popular languages, right? Yes. So you can see many other, right? Many other results. The most popular programming languages. Check this result, right? The most popular programming languages. Python stands first. Next comes Java, JavaScript. And most popular programming languages, right? Yes. Python, JavaScript, Java, right? Python remains most popular programming language. Python, next comes Java, JavaScript. Check it. Most popular programming languages used by top 25 unicorns, right? Python's first, next comes Java, JavaScript, right? Yes. Most in demand programming languages of last from 4 5 years, right? Of 2022, Python, Java, JavaScript. Based on LinkedIn job postings in USA and Europe, right? Yes. Most popular coding language in 2021, Python is number one rank, Java, JavaScript. Python, Java, right. What programming languages should you learn, right? Which are the programming languages what you should learn, right? So here you can see Python, JavaScript, most popular among all this, right? Check this. Most popular programming, right? Python stands first with more usage. Next comes Java. Next Python first. Next Java. Next comes JavaScript. Okay, ranking wise also you can check the rank, right? Python is the number one rank. Here you can see number one rank is Python. Next comes Java. Number three JavaScript, right? Yes. You can see this, right? Python is the number one ranked ranking language rank. Python. Next comes C. Next comes Java. Other things, right? Yes. And mostly used programming. Okay, one second. Before that, some number of top 39 US computer science departments that use language to teach introductory courses, right? So Python is mostly used. Next to Java, MATLAB, all these are used, right? Yes. Check it, right? Here, the mostly used programming language in today's. See this graph. Python is mostly used with 31% usage in the industry currently. Java with 19% usage. Can you see Python with 31%, Java with 19%, C++ 9%, Ruby 7%, JavaScript 6.5, C 6.1%, right? And even if you see ranking by job openings and also that average salaries for Python, right? Check here, ranking by average salaries. Python stands first. Next comes JavaScript and Java, and the volume of job openings also Python stands first, and SQL for volume of job openings. Even if you check for this Python jobs, right, you can check a lot of jobs for Python, right, in this Google. So Python Django jobs, Python developer jobs, right? Yes. 1,58,143 Python openings, right? 1,58,143 job openings. Not only Python, right? Even you can also go with Django jobs, right? Framework, Python framework, we got Django, right? People who knows Django are very less. People who have command in Django are very, very less, right? Yes. So as of now, right? But check it, Django jobs, lot of Django jobs, right? 24,669 Django job vacancies in June, right? So jobs are more, but people who know this Django framework are very less, right? People might be knowing Python, but this framework of Django are very less, right? Now, let me show you like what is the course content I'm going to discuss, right? As part of this course. Starting with Python basics, Python history, applications, features, advantages, versions, installations, flavors, right? And Python modes of execution, interactive mode, batch mode, editors IDs, data types, constants, variables, comments in Python, right? Type conversions in Python, escape sequences, strings, operators in Python, different operators, arithmetic, comparison, logical assignment, shorthand, bitwise, membership, right? And Python IDs, different types of IDs, integrated development environments. In real time, we use IDs, right? I'm going to discuss multiple IDs, not on a single ID, right? Like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, right? Flow control statements, looping statements like core programming, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections in Python, right? Yes. List, tuples, sets, dictionaries, methods, right? And Python lists, list properties, list creations, list indexing, list slicing, list operations, list addresses, nested list, list modifications. Similarly, for tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, different categories, arguments, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword, different types of functions like lambda function, filter function, map function, reduce function, right? Right. Modules in Python, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, packages in Python, errors and exceptions, different types of errors, exception handling, file handling, right? Working with files, right? It's reading data from a file, writing data to a file, object-oriented programming concepts like class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, static, non-static, constructors, methods, destructors, garbage collector, types of inheritance, polymorphism, method overriding, regular expressions, how to extract required data from the given data, database connectivity, database access, how to install one database, connecting with the database, performing various SQL operations, database statements, cursor object, connection object, working with SQL queries, transaction management, date and time module, OS module. So I'll be discussing different types of models related to different environments, right? Some models related to regular expressions, some related to date and time, some related to operating system, some related to data science, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, some related to big data, some models related to graphics, some related to OS, and how to create our own modules using Python, right? Advanced concepts like iterators, generators, closers, decorators, web scraping, working with CSV, XML, JSON files, graphical programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas module in brief, NumPy module in brief, and Matplotlib. This is for Python core and advanced, right? These 30 topics will be discussed in brief. And apart from this, people who wants to go for Python framework, Django framework, what is Django, web frameworks, installation of it, project architecture, working with different .py files, URL settings, admin models, views, which are going to get created automatically, Django applications creations, Django views, templates, That is MVT architecture we follow here, Django admin, Django models, Django advanced concepts like ORM, class-based views, form validations, uploading and downloading files, sessions, registrations, right? And UI technologies, people who doesn't have knowledge on this web development, like you will be given knowledge on this HTML, CSS in brief, and JavaScript in brief, and also MySQL database. Just I'll take 2 more minutes. So here, as part of this course, right, what I'm going to discuss. So here, Python, right? And this core Python and advanced, right? We will going to discuss about core Python and advanced. So it is going to take nearly, I'm going to spend not like it's not like 45 hours or 1.5 month course, like nearly I'll be spending 70 hours on this. So it takes 2 months duration, nearly it takes around 2 months. And the fee structure for this is 6,000, right? It's an offer batch. So apart from this, people who wants, apart from this Python core and advanced, you want like Python frameworks, Python full stack, total Python package, right? So first you will be given knowledge on this UI technologies, right? UI technologies. That is web development. For this web development, what are the things required? The technologies will be discussed first. So this will be given freely, right? Along with the Django. Like first thing is HTML will be discussed in brief. CSS is going to be discussed in brief. JavaScript is going to be discussed, right? And a part of Bootstrap, right? Yes, that are going to be discussed in brief. And apart from this, the main thing, framework of Python, Django framework. Django framework, right? Yes, it's a framework of Python, mostly used, commonly used, right? Here we will be, I'll be showing you like 15 applications creations, right? Where you will be developing 15 applications. We will get a great command on this Python and this Django framework. Apart from this, I'll be discussing one more framework called Flask framework. It's a Flask framework, right? Right. And apart from this, I'll also be discussing about REST APIs. REST APIs, right? Yes. And a project is going to be discussed, right? For all this. So for UI technology, so these are 4 separate technologies. For previously, it was like 4 different courses. It was, but everything as a Python package we are providing with a reasonable cost, right? UI technologies, the Django framework, Flask framework, and REST API, right? Along with project. All this takes nearly all above means only from this 2 to 6, right? It takes 7. It also takes nearly 70 hours, right? 70 hours, right? So actually, the fee structure is 7K for this. It also takes 2 months. It's 2 months, right? That's 7K is the fee structure for this. Actually, fine. So total Python plus frameworks. So Python takes 70 hours. This also takes 70 hours, right? Totally 140 hours, right? Totally 140 hours, like 2 months for this, 2 months plus 2 months, right? 2 months plus 2 months, right? It takes like 4 months duration, right? And as I said, this will take 6K plus 7K, 13K, right? But if you're taking the full package with a single payment, it is 12K, right? Yes. If you're taking separately Python and this framework separately, right? It's 13K, but entire total full Python full stack package with a single payment, right? It's 12,000, where you are going to get Python 4 advanced HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, Django framework, Flask framework, REST API, and a project, right? Yes. Let me make it clear about the timings, right? Before you go with the payments, right? And let me make it clear about the timings of this batch. So for the first 1 week or 10 days, right? First 1 week or 10 days, it will be at starts at 10 p.m. in that, right? It starts at 10 p.m. But later after 1 week, so before you do with the payment, I'm just making it clear, right? After 1 week, right? It will starts at 9 p.m. It starts at 9 p.m., right? And what are the things? What are the offerings, right? So you'll be getting that live recorded sessions every day. Every session video you'll be getting, right? Live recorded videos. Every day you'll be getting the session video, right? So it's not downloadable. It's only you can play that and you can watch it, right? Live session videos. Every video, like all these 140 videos, you'll be getting. For Python, you'll be getting 70 to 75 videos. So we'll be discussing. Okay, and soft copy of class notes, right? Soft copy of the class notes. Third one is like assignments and task and assignments, assignments and tasks to work, right? Yes. To build your own code, to have some confidence, to build confidence in the programming, and also a WhatsApp group is going to be created. A WhatsApp group will be created for technical discussions, right? And resumes and interview questions. All the sessions will be live interactive sessions, right? All the sessions live interactive sessions. At any point of time, you can unmute yourself and you can ask query during the session, right? Yes. Okay. Apart from this, right? Apart from this, there's one more thing. I also deal with big data, right? Big data analytics. I also handle batches on this big data analytics. So if anyone interested in this big data, like where Hadoop components will be discussed along with Hadoop, the another like PySpark. I'm going to discuss PySpark. It's a very high-speed processing technology, right? Which has got a great boom today's market, and which everything goes in Linux environment. So even if it doesn't have Linux, this will be given the knowledge on this Linux. Plus, in this package, Python is going to be covered. The 2 months Python course will be covered, right? Yes. Python core plus advanced. Python core and advanced will be covered in this, right? It's 2 months course of Python, but that you'll be attending in this batch. You want to attend, or any batch of mine you can attend, right? Means if you're preferring this data analytics, Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, Python, this 2 months course, whatever I'm discussing, any of my batch, morning or evening, you can attend. This is it takes 12 weekends, right? It will be mostly on the weekends, right? On Saturdays and Sundays. Any new batch starting, you can attend, right? Once you got enrolled, you can attend any of my Hadoop, PySpark, or Python batches, right? The fee structure for this is 15K, which includes this Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, and Python. Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, and Python, right? Yes. Python, this 2 months will be included in this course. It is 15,000 is the fee structure, and 12 weekends will be for this Hadoop, PySpark. It's only on Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours. Whenever a new batch starts, you can attend it, right? In the coming and this Python. And apart from this, people, even there are some people who wants that both the packages, data analytics package and Python package. In this Python, you are getting plus Python frameworks also you want these things if you want, right? UI technologies, Django, Flask, REST, all these frameworks, like if you want this also, right? Just it will be for 20,000, right? Extra 5,000 for that frameworks, Python frameworks, where you can have total Python package knowledge and this data analytics, right? Yes, that is as part of this demo, today's demo, right? Tomorrow also everyone can attend the session same time at 10 o'clock using the same link, but it's not anything like replication or duplication of today's session. Tomorrow we'll be discussing everything, right? So tomorrow I'll be just starting with the Python technicals, right? So I'll be going with Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, Python execution modes, Python comparison with other programming languages, batch mode, interactive mode. So tomorrow I'll be starting with the Python technical stuff. Yes. So if you've got any query, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask your queries or through chat panel. You can also type your query in the chat. So Node.js or AngularJS is a separate 1.5 months to 2 months course, right? That's not included. JavaScript, just JavaScript is going to be discussed. So why? Because not only that JavaScript, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, these things we are going to discuss. These are provided freely for the students for full stack, apart from this Django and Flask framework, right? Okay. Any other queries, anyone, right? So all the sessions will be interactive sessions, right? Everything, as it's a demo session, I was speaking most of the time, but normal regular sessions, for every statement I type, you will be responding with the expected output, right? It's a Python is a interpretation, line by line execution. For every line, you will be responding what is the output of it. So how to build, the importance will be given for how to build the code and how to write the code for any task. So many, nearly 300 plus code examples I'll be discussing, right? Is any morning batch is available, right? Yes, Srikanth Bachna, right? So any morning batch is available means, yes, Azaruddin Sheikh, any query you got? Yes, is there any morning batch available? Srikanth, right? There is a batch starting day after tomorrow in the morning, right? At 5 a.m. in the morning. 5 a.m. in the morning, right? There is a batch starting day after tomorrow. That batch also, right? For the first 1 week, it will be at 5 a.m., but later it starts at 6 a.m. in the morning. First 1 week, it will be at 5 a.m., but later after that, it will be at 6 a.m. in the morning, right? There is a batch day after tomorrow, right? In the morning, 5 a.m., it's going to start. So that's what you can. Yes, and one more thing that let me make it clear, right? Yes, Ajaruddin, right? So I said there is no prerequisites for learning Python with zero programming, right? Without any programming knowledge, you can update with Python. Even if you see in the BTech curriculum, most of the universities have removed C language directly. They kept Python in the first year course, right? If you see the latest curriculum from the last 2 years, right? C language is removed directly. Python is kept in their curriculums, right? So yes, total Python knowledge you'll be getting. It's the people from non-programming, especially, right? You can just attend tomorrow session, right? I'll just take a task and I'll implement the task in multiple programs. You can check how simple the Python statements, right? Yes. So, yes, Swapnil, right? I'm working professional as a SQL developer. So which course will be the best for me in big data or anything like data analytics, data science? Yes. So if you talk about this PySpark, right? It has got a great boom in today's market, right? Very high speed processing technology. You can check, right? 1.5 times more than the, if you see the salary package for this also, it's huge package given for that. But even Python is the prerequisite for it. Right. Even
Yeah.
Django also I was saying, right? Where Django jobs I was showing you people who have knowledge on Django is very less. Competition is less as of now. But later in the coming years, you see a lot of competition for Django framework. Yes. Yes, Asif, right?
Hello, sir.
What is Django? It's a framework of Python, right? Django framework, it's a framework of Python for developing applications in Python, right? Interactive applications in Python. We use this framework, Django framework. For like Java, we have got framework like Spring framework. In this way, even we have got Python has got a framework called Django framework. So if you only for Python Core and Advanced, it takes 2 months. 6,000 is the fee structure. If you want the entire Python package with Python Core Advanced UI technologies, Django, Flask, REST API project, it's like total fees is like 12,000 for it. You're taking right. You're taking separately like 6 and 7, right? It takes nearly 140 hours, 4 months for it. But even if people, if you're not able to spare 4 months, so if you want to complete, can we unmute and talk? Yes, yes. Ask if you can unmute yourself and you can speak. Yes,
Hello, sir.
yes, yes. Go ahead.
Sir, can we speak in Telugu?
Yes, you can.
సార్ ఇది ఇప్పుడు బీటెక్ ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ లో జాయిన్ అవ్వాలి సార్.
Hmm.
మామూలుగా ఇది పైథాన్ తీసుకోవాలా లేకపోతే సి లాంగ్వేజ్ తో నేర్చుకోవాలా సార్?
I don't know which university it is, but most of this, right? If you see in the already they have removed C language and they are going with Python in the first year. But even now, if you are taking Python, right,
Okay.
as part of our course, right, I'll be discussing
Which
procedural.
is the best? Which is the best for me, sir? Only Python or full stack Python?
See, if you generally, right, okay, if you have got a framework of Python, right, if you want to do a project in Python, this framework is.
I am about to going first year, sir, not early join.
Mhm. So that's what, okay, if you have got, if you have got time, right? So after
Yes, sir.
doing Python, one after the other, if you want to learn, you can learn it. If you have got
Okay. The
time.
first we want to learn the Python core and advanced, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. After this completion of this course, we can write one program, sir.
So if you learn Python here, right, you can understand C language even the much better, because whatever you see in C, all the features are there in Python.
Yes, sir.
In C language only you can see procedural oriented programming. In our course, I'll be discussing procedural oriented, object oriented. So I'll be discussing procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modular programming. So by learning Python, even the C language in your college or the C++ or Java, whatever is there, you'll understand even much better, right? Because
Okay.
again, Python will be discussing object-oriented, procedure-oriented, all this. Even
Af-
Python course will be there in your academics, right? Yes.
Okay. Full Python we can understand after this season, sir.
Yes, everything will be understandable with zero programming knowledge, with non-programming, everybody can understand, right?
I am the zero programming knowledge, just joining now. My friend was invited me in this live section.
Yes. So you can understand everything. Everything it looks like normal English statements. Everything I'll be typing and showing you statement by statement. Right?
Okay, sir. సార్ వన్ డౌట్ సార్, ఇది మ్యాథ్స్ ఎక్కువ రావాలా సార్? ఇది పైథాన్ నేర్చుకోవాలంటే మ్యాథ్స్
No,
రిలేటెడ్?
nothing, not maths related.
ఓకే సార్.
Yes, one more query was one more query, right? By Umakant, I'm going to join big data course. So can I learn Django also? Is it beneficial? So Umakant, right? Your search will be broad. You can go with either big data job or you can go for Python as a Python job, right? You can also search for Python jobs, whichever is good, right? If you have got knowledge on Django, right? So Django jobs are available, Python jobs, Python with Django, right? Compulsory they ask Python along with Django. For only for freshers, only Python core and advanced is enough. But if you go as an experienced or Django is an added advantage, right, in your job search. They ask even if you know knowledge on Django. For Python jobs, compulsory. You're going for Python job, Django compulsory, I'm saying. So there are two categories of people who learn Python, right? First category of people after learning Python, they will use Python for data science, Python for big data, that is Spark, PySpark, Python writing automation scripts in AWS, DevOps, in IoT, robotics. The first category of people, their career won't be in Python. Their career will be in data science, big data, AWS, IoT, robotics. Second category of people who want to have career in Python, compulsory Django is required. Yes, yes, Ramya, right? Ramya, yes, each and every soft copy of the notes I'll be forwarding. Whatever I'm typing, everything you are going to get. Once you got enrolled, right, you will be getting the notes. to your mail, and you will be getting videos to your Google Drive, and you will be added to the WhatsApp group, right? So tomorrow you can attend, tomorrow and day after tomorrow also, everyone you can attend the session to see that the training levels, right? Everything statement by statement I will be discussing. It will be clear to all. From when will be the course started? From tomorrow onwards, the course is going to be started. Python installation execution modes. Step by step, I will be showing you the installation process. The tomorrow's class, right? If anybody wants to install parallelly along with me, you can install along with me parallelly, right? Python installation hardly it takes 5 minutes to install Python, right? Yes, right. Yes. So if I'm, yes, some other query was asked, right? Test, can we take free classes? Tomorrow and day after tomorrow you can take, right? Yes. Tomorrow and day after next 2 days you can take free classes, right? First 3 days, right? So yes. So if I'm done with the queries, if there are no other queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow same time at 10 o'clock to see more discussion on this, right? Fine. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Good night.